So, today I have upgraded my silent air compressor. I've replaced, this is the old one here. I've replaced it with an SC21F compressor. This one is 3/4 of a horsepower. I think this one's only a fifth of a horsepower. This is an FR 7.5G. So, I was having trouble with the aftercooler blocking up. I had this running for quite a while and it was down to about -20, the water flowing through it, and there's frost on everything, and I think any moisture coming out was just freezing and it blocked up. I haven't turned it on yet, but I expect a whole lot of water will come flying out that pipe, and that's the water chiller here. So we'll switch it on. Let's see if any water comes through. Yep, that was a problem. All the water had frozen and had blocked up because it went up to about over 700 watts because it was blocked and it was making a funny noise, but there's really good airflow out of that. If you compare it to this one here's the old one. Yeah, there's just nowhere near as much air comes out of that. So that was a bit stupid what I did, making the water that cold. You've got to keep it just above 0 Celsius so you get as much of the water condensed out the hot compressed air as possible without actually freezing the moisture and blocking the thing up. A proper aftercooler, you're meant to reheat the air again, either using the heat of the compressor or the heat of the air. That's how a proper aftercooler works. So we'll switch it on. There we go. We're now compressing. So everything seems to be running normally now. So 50 psi I think. We're taking 501 watts. All this is just a sealed up bit of tube, it's just jammed in there, and that's just a small filter. This refrigeration system is still running. I let it warm up for about an hour because it was far too cold. We're about 4 Celsius just now, and that's still okay. Well, it's been running for a few minutes now. Discharge port there, it's rather hot, and the compressor itself, well, it did get a while to cool down, but it's just it's quite warm around this area here, but the rest of it's a bit cooler. Down here is the remains of another compressor I had, and that's inside of it there. I was using this one as a high pressure air setup, and the oil, all I had was automatic transmission fluid. I put that in it, in this little tank here. I connected it up to that, and I had it up to about, I think, close to 60 bar, and well, the compressor failed. It's like maybe the oil vapour was burning sort of like diesel inside the cylinder, and I think a gasket went, and it just smoke came out. So I don't think these sorts of compressors are good at those sort of pressures unless you maybe use a special kind of oil. I'm not really sure about that. But this compressor here is designed for R134A and it had polyester oil in it. Now you must remove as much of that oil as possible, because if you don't, it becomes acidic when exposed to air, and then it eventually starts to smell sort of horrible. So I poured all that out and just put this in it. And that seems really good. I think it takes, can't remember, it takes half a litre of oil at least. A wee bit more than this one. I think this one here takes 450 millilitres. I think this one here is 550. But I'm not exactly certain on that. It's still sort of warm just now, it's not getting overly hot. It's filling up quicker than the older one, but overheating will still be a problem, so you'll have to switch them off when they start getting a bit hot to the touch, or maybe figure out some sort of temperature switch system for them. They usually have built-in protection, so like if the rotor stalls for whatever reason, there's a trip device inside, so that when the temperature gets too high, that'll trip until the temperature goes lower, and then it'll try and start again. But 470 watts there. As the compressor gets warmer, so does the oil, and then oil flows a bit easier, so you'll find that the power consumption will go down and it will go up again as the pressure rises. This discharge line is absolutely roasting, and this top corner of the compressor, it's roasting too. The bottom of it, right down the bottom, is quite hot, so I think I'll run it for a little bit longer, then I'll switch it off. It's strange that right down the bottom underneath it's really quite hot. In the middle it's just warm to the touch, and right at the top it's hot. So the oil must get quite hot as well, because it's getting thrown around in there. But it's definitely got the recommended quantity of oil in it, so that should be okay. Well, this is now so hot that water is sort of boiling off it. It's really hot. Right, well this is where we're up to. It's consuming 480 watts. Gauge is a bit faulty. So I'm going to turn it off now. It's getting really hot. That's only been on for about maybe 10 minutes or so. I need to figure out some sort of method of cooling it. An idea I've always thought of, well, the only way I can think of cooling it is having the whole thing immersed in oil. Just making sure it's well sealed so the oil that it's immersed in won't get inside, and then maybe have a copper coil surrounding it, just taking the heat out of the oil that comes off the compressor. This one here, I did devise some sort of oil cooling system where I sucked oil out of there and put it through a heat exchanger to water. I went back in there, but it sort of worked. It made a difference, but it wasn't as good as it could have been. But at least we'll have air to run stuff now.